The Nets will look to their home court advantage, just one game here in Brooklyn. And, of course, Jalen Green. Team moving on here without him.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
Tim, DeAndre Ayton was coveted as the #1 overall pick back in 2018.
Well, he moves so well for a 7-footer, and he's got great touch out to the mid-range. Kevin, his offensive game is special.
Here's Demon. There's a screen by Porter. Pass to Demon. Just 5 on the clock. Over Reed. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Jordy Fernandez and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He said they have their work cut out with Devin Booker, who can score in many different ways. Coach told me people talk about his deep shooting range, but his middle is just as lethal. And if you crowd him, he can take it to the rim. And he has the size to do damage there. Back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Porter, no luck. Here's Booker. The rebound by Demon.
Well, it's early on in this one. Only one basket to speak of. There is time to start working together.
Out to Powell. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Claxton, no good.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Here's Reeves. He takes it in.
And you know the drive is coming from Reeves, but you still can't stop it.
Here's Demon. The kick out to Porter. A three-pointer, no good.
Still nothing after 4 shot attempts. They're desperate to see something fall through the net.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
You know, Greg, you could argue the Nets kind of overachieved last season under first-year head coach Jordy Fernandez.
Yeah, only the 6th worst record last season. The defense was halfway decent, but they understand some patience is required in a rebuild.
Here's Demon. Pass to Tucker. Just 4 to shoot. And Dunn over to help.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Picked away. And they're on the break. To the left wing. Now Claxton. Here's Demon. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Pass to Dunn. Kicks it out to Booker. Offline with his 3. Nets trailed by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Who wants a t-shirt?
And it's Phoenix's ball. Here's Gillespie. To the inside. Iguodaro.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Here's Demon. Nothing on the board. No good. That would have tied it. 1:46 left to play in the first quarter. That one goes in.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Tucker a screen. From deep three-point land, Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Allen, that's good.
Well, there are few guys better in this league at the catch and shoot. You've got to run Grayson Allen off that line.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Nets trailed by 7. Here's Saroff. To the middle. Here's Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Shoots it up. And it's good one in the corner. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's Saroff. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Pass to Wolf. Here's Saroff with 1 on the clock. And that does it for the first quarter. The Suns on top, up 5. 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Tim, you know, you've played it for so long. The intensity of competition can lead to some heated communication, even between those on the same team.
Well, Kevin, believe me, in the 10 years I played in the league, you often see that between teammates because you have highly competitive individuals who aren't always going to see eye to eye.
But don't you think that's good, though, that competitive tension that may exist within a team?
It creates an edge, Kevin, that you need to win in this league.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, those who've worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his people skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Booker in the post. The rebound by Demon. Nets trailed by 5. With the drive, here's Tucker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And when we look at this Suns team, Tim, over the last few seasons, what's the first word that comes to mind for you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say underachievement You think back to 2021, 2 wins away from an NBA title. They made some swing for the fences type of decision, and, well, it just didn't pan out.
Inside. Top of the key, Claxton. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Phoenix leading by 4. Puts it up from 15. It's hauled in by Michael Porter.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
Here's Booker. Gets out ahead and finishes the job. Devin Booker.
Booker working very hard in transition. He wants to capitalize on these easy scoring opportunities.
Powell with the steal. Pass to Tucker. The tray. And it's Ayton with the rebound. So it's Phoenix now. 6-point lead. Booker looking around. Here's Dunn. Guarded by Tucker. Back to Dunn. Shot clock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Booker, no good.
His shot's it's not there right now with this team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here's Demon. Hasn't made one yet. Misses the layup. Booker going to work inside.
And after not scoring in the first, he's finally starting to get into a groove.
Right side, Porter. Another shot. Pass to Tucker. Here's Demon. Tucker is screen. Second shot opportunity. And Devin Booker pulls it down.
Still searching for his first bucket of the night. He is struggling, and so is his team.
Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, is as good as any 2-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it, but what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. 1:30 left in the second quarter. Over in the corner, Allen to the paint. And stolen by Sharp. Pass to Wolf. Iguodala grabs the rebound.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Takes the 3. Phoenix no good that time either. That's trailed by 6. There's 49 seconds left in the first half.
15 seconds. Substitutions for your next.
Here's Thomas. Pass to Sharp. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. Iguodala grabs the rebound. And it's Goodwin with the ball for Phoenix. Phoenix no good that time either.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to Iguodala. Brooklyn with the rebound. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Suns lead by 4. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nets trailed by 4. And in a little over a decade, the Nets, GA, having to rebuild from the ashes of 2 super team iterations.
The short time span between shows how quickly they can turn things around. And with a treasure trove of picks in the coming years, they look to climb that mountain once again.
Back to Booker. Pass to Ayton. Trying his luck from deep. Here's Demon. Still without a basket. Here's Claxton for the tie. Reeves with the rebound. And here's Booker. Booker hammers it down.
Yeah, full force behind that jam. D-Book looking to send a message.
Here's Demon. Going inside. Stolen by Reeves. And here we go. That's great. Booker's got it.
And this is how you convert in transition. Booker running the floor well and being rewarded for it.
And it's Demon missing. Suns lead by 6. Kicks it out to Booker. It's Brooks on the wing. Booker draws the double. The Suns need to get a shot off. Dylan Brooks, and that's good. Brooks has got the lead up to 9 now for Phoenix.
And that make brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. The Nets making a switch here. And Brooklyn has possession. Here's Demon. No scoring in this one. And the Nets miss again.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
Tim, one of the most dangerous scorers in the NBA, Devin Booker.
Well, he is smooth, Kevin. He makes it look easy, but developing that kind of offensive skill set is anything but.
Claxton with it. Pass to Demon. Down low. Here's Powell. Counted.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Booker outside. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Pass to Dunn. Shot clock at 5. Here's Reeves. Brooklyn with the rebound. In the corner, Powell with it. Outside, Porter. Back to Powell. To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now just a 5-point Suns lead.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And here's Booker from the arc. Hands it from downtown. Booker's got 13.
Yeah, Booker getting it done at every level. He is just a bucket getter.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
It was an aggressive move that could change momentum.
Back to Dunn. This one for 3. Another three for Phoenix.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Igor Demon. That's his first foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Gillespie to the paint. Here's Iguodala. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Now, man. And Tucker has it in the corner. Fires the three. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Suns leading by 9. Nobody near Allen. And the Suns miss again. Pass to Tucker. Here's Saraf. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Gillespie. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
Yeah, when your lead guard is doing that, it just creates excitement.
Outside, O'Neal. Off target from outside. Nets trail by 7. Kicks it out to Wilson. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
O'Neal outside. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Suns. He got to double digits for the quarter with 10. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Yeah, for a guy with that kind of size, it doesn't take much. That looked pretty easy.
Here's Thomas. Stolen by Brooks. And here we go. Fast break. Booker's got it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Booker's got 13 points here in the second half alone. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Man in the corner. Off the run, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
So for the Nets, Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list. Brooklyn with the rebound. Porter in the corner. Here's Demon. Here's Wolf. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by Dunn. Booker outside. And the dunk by Booker.
That is great work by Booker there. He completely lost the defense.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Ayton. Plenty of space. That one, no good.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Claxton. Oh, what a finish.
And forget about finesse. This fella's all about the power.
Devin Booker. A three-pointer. Good.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. The Nets making a switch here. Here's Demon. The Nets in there.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Whoa! What a play! And he jams it in.
Word to God, I'm doing fine. Passing this down like